the roles that we embrace and the actions that we take to make things different, to help each other, to heal, to walk together. And I want to tell you a story about how that's possible for everybody, no matter how old you are. Whether you're young in elementary school, or middle years, or to high school, or grown up, everybody can do something. I was going to a demonstration, like a march and gathering in Winnipeg at the legislative building in Winnipeg a few years ago. And it was about residential schools. It was for the children. It was gathering to remember children who went to the schools, and the kids who survived in the schools, and the kids who did not survive in the schools. And we were going there to honor the children. On the way there, we were looking on Instagram, not while driving. I was in the passenger seat. I was looking on Instagram, and I saw that there was a kid who had put up a lemonade stand. And this kid's name was Willa. And she had put up a lemonade stand because she wanted to raise money to donate to support survivors and their families. And there's a great organization called the Indigenous Residential Schools Survivor Society. And she wanted to do this. And every year she put up a lemonade stand. She donated to a different cause. This year she was going to donate to support survivors. So on the way to the legislative building, we made a beeline all the way to this lemonade stand. And when we got there, and this is the thing I've also learned about Canadians. The majority of Canadians are such great people, and they want to help, they want to do the work. I remember going to this lemonade stand and seeing this big line of people waiting to buy lemonade. What we found out after we bought the lemonade was that it actually wasn't that good. Right? But it was because people wanted to contribute, people wanted to support, and so did Willa. And so we waited in line for our lemonade, and when we got there, Willa was on this table, there was a cash box beside her, a jar for extra donations in front of her, and all the lemonade and the cups, and a poster behind her saying, donate what you can. And everybody was paying like $10 for a lemonade glass, $15 for a lemonade glass, $20 for a lemonade glass. So we bought very expensive lemonade that day. And we drank. It was a very hot day, so we went to the gathering after that. It was a really beautiful moment going to the gathering together. The next day, we were back on Instagram, and we saw. And you look at my Instagram feed, you can actually see. If you scroll way down to my stories, way down to the post, I actually posted a picture of me and Willa a long time ago, I would say about 3 years ago. And we found a post from Willa's mom that day. And instead, it showed a picture of Willa at this lemonade stand and said, Willa had learned the history, and that's the first step, is to learn. Learn as much as you can. She said, next that it had upset her what had happened to the children at residential schools. And that is what we call empathy, is caring for other people, and caring because you're able to figure out what it feels like to walk in somebody else's shoes. That's empathy. And then she wanted to do something about it, and that's action. She wanted to do something about it. So Willa decided she was going to start a lemonade stand. And Willa that day raised over $1,000, and she donated that money to the Indian Residential School Survivor Society. And just for perspective, that month, my publisher and I donated all the proceeds from When We Were Alone to the same organization. We ended up donating about $10,000. Willa, this 9-year-old girl, donated over $1,000 all by herself. And what that story she says to me is that if she can do that, anybody can do anything, right? And so the last thing I want to leave you with before I start taking questions, my dad, he used to keep so many notebooks. And in this notebook, the last notebook he ever kept, the last quote he ever put down, is taped to the inside of the back cover. The last notebook my dad ever kept is a quote. And this quote says, I am only one person, but I am still one person. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And I can't let the fact that I can't do everything stop me from doing the one thing that I can do. And that means that everybody is capable of doing something. And even the smallest action, one action, can go a long way. And so when you leave here today, one of the things I want you to think about is all the things that you've heard, all the things that we've talked about. But think about what is the one thing that you can do today and going forward that can create change and help walk together towards this path of healing that we call reconciliation. So that's all I had to say. I want to thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to teachers, but mostly to speak to you. So thank you very, very, very much.